First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and as we look at this matchup, every time there's something different to focus on. So I'll just ask you, what do you see here in this one?
Well, Rembrandt, you've given me a pretty blank canvas to focus on, haven't you?
Yeah.
Where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Oh, secondary?
You know me well, right? In a game like this, it's always about the secondary. Can they handle the passing attack and make a few plays?
Not something you expect to see from the opening kickoff, that's for sure, and they will start at the 40. A draw play for Mixon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Stroud. Short pass to Howard. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And Stroud now to throw. And this one is incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Here's 2nd and 10. Mixing up the middle. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And they'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. This defense not budging, back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A 62-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it. And they showed what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
2nd down and 8. Fancy footwork at the 45. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Does the big boy have the juice? Touchdown, Detroit. So that's about as fortuitous of a bounce as you're going to find as it's scooped up and taken in for the touchdown.
And I love how you use the word fortuitous there, because as that popped up, he just happened to be in the right place, grabbed it, and found his way into the end zone.
Morten Andersen now for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3.
Morten Andersen to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Andersen to kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
2nd and 7. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up the head of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it through. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Stroud out of the gun here. Pass complete. Joe Mixon out of the backfield. Down to the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon, 52 yards. And the Texans have regained the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen. Took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back. And fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead.
Cam Little to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time out, look and repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now 2nd and 9.
And
they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Taking him down as a veteran, Darrelle Revis.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Now 3rd down and 7.
7 Pirates, 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. That'll be caught right side by the rookie receiver. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big play there on the catch and run. 30 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Ready, 18, find it, Viking, 18. Warriors, 70. Ready.
To throw is Newton. And that is incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Here we go. Here we go. Buffalo 18. Bronco 8.
They snap it to Newton. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he takes this one in for the Lions. Touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Lions take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Now to try to add the extra point, the lefty Anderson. And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score Lions 14, Texans 10.
Following the touchdown, here's Anderson to kick it away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Paul. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 25-yard line.
Now it's Newton. Now he's going to step up and run. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
79, count, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready.
Newton now to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Panther 11, Panther 11, 70 Timberwolves.
Back to throw, Newton. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Johnson to return it. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're
trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, the defense obviously could not have drawn up a better start to the second half. They're holding on to that slim lead, just looking for a stop. Not only do they get the stop, Charles, they get the pick 6.
Another example that life comes at you fast, doesn't it? One play ago, they were defending a slim lead coming out of the break. Now they're one more stop away from thinking about a possible put-away drive.
Morton Anderson to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have, it's chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind. Here's Stroud. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. A shotgun snap to Stroud. And that is incomplete. And the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here's Horton. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Lions will take over.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly.
The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 65 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 31. Underneath to his tight end, Wilson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
60 by 6.
Hands it off out of the gun. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
79 Broncos, 68.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Newton to throw. And that will be incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
Anderson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And a return will stop right around the 25. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
19 Tiger, 19, ready, 19 Tiger, not Cougar, 19 Lion.
Newton's going to throw it. Pitch and catch to Wilson. Fighting his way through contact. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for second down.
You want to talk about the proverbial deer in the headlights. That's exactly what he was when he got the ball. Went to hit a lane and get upfield, and all he saw, extra defenders bearing down on him. Perfect time to dial up the blitz. An excellent call.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 78 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on second and long, but it worked out for him.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. He'll try to do it himself. And it's incomplete. He's still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
The kicker, Brandon Aubrey, is out to get this one started. And off we go here on Sunday Night Primetime. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here we go. 18. That's it.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
He was defended by Jamel Dean.
Here we go.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Texans need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead.
For the extra point.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0.
Bengals nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Here we go. Hot. 180. It's hot. Hot.
A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
11, mighty. 11, mighty.
First and 10 at the 46.
Back to Mixon on first down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now Burrow changing the look.
11 empty.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And it's 3rd down.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
12. 180.
They'll set up a throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. And Chase will go in motion left. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. T.J. Watt, always a disruptor, there to blow that play up. The tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on on 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. This will be fielded at the 17. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go.
Stroud to throw it. That one into the hands of Hopkins downfield. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now Stroud. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Under. 118.
Stroud. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And just shedding it off there. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Already.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Stroud off the play fake. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing, because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Bengals drive about to get going.
11,
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11. 118. That's right.
Stroud looking to throw. And this is caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 30 yards. And the Texans continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. A try here for the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game.
Makes the score Texans 19, Bengals nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On one, ready? 11, 11, 11, 11. Here we go.
And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Big 13. 11, 11, 11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12.
Here's Burrow. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Fights off the defender. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man is Higgins. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Here we go.
They'll try and run with Mixon. And, boy, this is going to be close. Now Mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Denied on 4th down is Joe Mixon. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Here we go.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Looking for Hopkins, and he's got him on the crossing route. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Texans first down.
On the quick, right? 18.
Throwing now is Stroud. That's complete to the rookie from Colorado. Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
At 18. Look the hot, look the hot. Hey, uno.
Stroud working out of the gun. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Now a 2nd and 10. The throwing again is Stroud. And that'll be incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive, as this is 3rd and 10.
Why Tony?
Play action. Here's Stroud. And that will be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that will continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
11 mighty.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
11.
That's good for a Bengals.
From midfield now, Burrow. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that is caught. But the back judge right there to say incomplete.
Cam Little to kick off.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But there's ever a chance to regroup. It's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the...
He's got it with the 15. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 48 yards.
And as we all remember, these two were connecting back in their days at LSU when they were winning the national championship. But it wasn't just on game day. The amount of time they put in before practice, after practice, off days, that forged their connection. And it still continues here in the NFL.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. Now it's Burrow. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Mixon. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. Second and goal from the 1.
Brings up second and goal.
Another try for Mixon. And this time he is in. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half.
And that's a step in the right direction. This had the feeling of one of those turning point kind of drives. If you come up empty there, it could be a long road back. But they persevered and hung around, and they closed the gap here in the third quarter with their first touchdown of the game.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here we go. 18. What's up?
Back to Mixon on second down. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 41. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
Here we go. 18. What's up?
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
First down.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So from the 36 now, first and 10. It's Mixon on the counter. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Texans are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl. Point after here coming up. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now.
Next to score, Texans 29, Bengals 6.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast.
And this is going to be intercepted. Burrow picked off by a guy he won a title with at LSU, Derek Stingley. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. I guess we're at the point of the game where they do need to open up the playbook a little bit, start to take some chances down the field, but that one did not go as planned.
Yeah, these guys need something good to go their way, and they took an opportunity to take that shot there. But obviously that's not going to help. A tough play for them as they're trying to make their way back.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Fighting through it. He's got space. There he goes, right side.
Joe Mixon moving inside the 20.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Joe Mixon
with his third touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Texans are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. But now if they wanted to, they could move the ball up to the 1 and go for 2.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because normally the ball's at the 2 when you go for 2. But if they wanted now, enforce the penalty to the 1. But if they wanted to kick it, right, don't they just move it up?
Just move it up to the 10.
Right, move it up to the 10 if they still wanted to kick it.
And we're back in the Super Bowl. Time to decide who gets to hoist that Lombardi trophy as we begin the fourth and final quarter of action.
Cam Little to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their 35-yard line.
11. Here we go, here we go. 180. Stop.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Touchdown! A.J. Green, 65 yards.
And the Bengals get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
We've seen that a time or two over the years from A.J. Green. Long, explosive touchdown catches.
And he is so good at playing the ball in the air and going over the top of people to make catches. I think his teammates call it playing a little bit of hoops or playing above the rim. He is fantastic at it and continues to get better as his career progresses.
36, Bengals 12.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans hands team recovers.
And he takes a shot at the end of that play.
The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
On 3rd down, Mixon shifts by him.
And he is going to have the Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. This is Mixon on the draw. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
2nd and 5.
Here we go, let's go. 118.
Again, it's Mixon. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Tony.
And Stroud now to throw.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, and got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
38 yards. And the
11, Thomas.
First down. First and 10
11.
at the 37-yard line.
Burrow looking to pass. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
2nd and 10.
11 MT. Big 11 MT.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here we go. 11, right 80, 11. 11, 12, 11. 11 mighty.
From the gun on third down is Burrow. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Oh, looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
Here we go. Look, 180. He's hot.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. That's the former Washington great Sean Taylor. And they will score. Pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead. And it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances. And that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
11.
They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence.
Gun.
Burrow will throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Come on, ready?
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
This is the Madden Championship Series, brought to you by USAA, an official salute-to-service partner of Madden and the NFL. USAA, proud to serve the military and their families. And we join you from USAA Stadium. So good to have you here with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson getting set for kickoff here. Greg, no matter how many ways we look at this game, it always comes down to one stat, doesn't it? How you taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it's just so crazy, Mike, that every single week, no matter how complex these matchups get and how many factors there are to determining who wins and who loses any game in the NFL, at the top of the list, the most important metric that everybody studies, can you protect the ball on offense and can you take it away on defense? And I don't think today's matchup is any different. Can you be aggressive and take care of the ball? And on defense, if you get your opportunity to take it away and give it back to your offense, you've got to make the play.
And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. Tonight's start to the drive, a gain of 10 and a quick first down.
And I think this is something we're going to see a lot here tonight. The ability to use this run game to really set the tone coming out here for this offense.
So, from the 36, it is first and 10.
Hey, 11. Hey, uno more.
From the gun, here's Stroud. Left side, caught by Hunter. And he's out of bounds on the pass play, but that's good for 8 yards.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and a yard.
18. Outside. 19 Texas.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He finds DeAndre Hopkins for the catch. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work first and 10.
2 yards on the play. First down, Houston.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Mixon. And he's able to push through the tacklers to pick up 6.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get
under pressure. Now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line. This opening drive has been a good one, but will it continue? There's a test on third down. To throw is Stroud. And he's in. Touchdown, Texans. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Makes the score Texans 7. Our home team, nothing. Cam Little to kick
Little
off.
now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. They go 3 tight ends here on first and 10. Now Nick's going to look to throw. That's caught. Travis Kelce. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On the ground, former Notre Damer Kyren Williams. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
second down. Nix. That's complete. It's Jalen Waddle. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Trying to get to that pylon. Not there, but very close. They'll mark him out at the 1. This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. Williams.
Kyron Williams, the ball carrier. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
So we'll get a 2nd and goal when we return. It's the Texans who have the early lead. Back with more Madden Ultimate Team after this. From a little closer, here's 2nd and goal. One more time for Williams. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Kyron Williams. Touchdown.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
This will be returned from the 6. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
On the quick, right?
They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And he's able to fight through one tackle here and pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Oh, ready? 18.
To throw, it's Stroud. That's to Hunter. He's got it right side. Still going. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 73 yards. Touchdown, Houston. Here's Cam Little for the PAT. He's got it. And the Texans will move out to a 14-7 lead.
14. Our home team, 7.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They bring a tight end in motion left. A 1st down throw for Nix. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On the option, here's Williams. And this defense not fooled by the option. They stick with the running back, and they get him down for no gain.
Play. 2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. It's another run here for Williams. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
It is 3rd and long. In motion, it's Waddle. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. Left side into the hands of Hopkins. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a 1st down. On 1st down, it's Stroud. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
2nd down, here's a run, and here's Mixon. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. Dante Jackson that time, in on the tackle.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Third and 9.
Tony. Here we go.
Now Stroud. He dives, and what a catch for the 1st down. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to see.
And he'll take it on in. Andre Johnson. Touchdown, Houston.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half, but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
Makes the score Texans 21, our home team 7.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half, and the kickoff's coming their way. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Big snap on 1st and 10. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
On second down, it's Nix. Over the middle, it's taken in by Waddle. And now a timeout. 7 seconds left in this first half. 3rd and inches.
Third down.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for 4th down. Now a pass deep for St. Brown. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Cam Little's the kickoff.
First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. In motion, it's Waddle. On first down, here's Nix to throw. He's going to try it here again. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
All right, Mike, you know me. I tend to be an offensive guy, so if we're taking a big shot to start this half, I'm thinking touchdown. But rather, we go interception to begin the second half. Now, still an exciting play. I think we're going to see both sides willing to continue to take these risks, take these chances throughout the rest of this second half.
Now Mixon. He's got space inside the 25. And he's in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Texans. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates. The address is 1265 Lombardi Avenue. The place is known as Titletown. Welcome inside legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Good to have you with us. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. You know, partner, fantasy football doesn't take into account the guys close to the football, the guys at the line of scrimmage. This is one where our eyes are going to be focused on that battle in the trenches all game long.
Mike, it doesn't matter if it's Pee-wee football, middle school football, or NFL football. You can only do offensively what your offensive line allows you to do. And I think that's exactly the case for both of these teams here today. They are going to win or lose based on the ability of gaining an advantage in the offense and defensive line. So I think we're going to see downhill run game. I think we're going to see play action pass. And the team that's able to impose their will up front along the trenches, I think that's going to be the team that finds himself at the end of this one coming out with the win.
They'll run on first down, and here's Allen. And a big run right out of the blocks. He gets forward for 9 on the first play of the game.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
They go back to Allen. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 14 on the pickup. Good for a Green Bay first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. And this is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take them down. And in this case, they do it for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Allen gonna get it again. And he's gonna be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 16.
They'll throw. It's Nix. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. He was trying to get it to Odell Beckham Jr. there. And it's going to be 4th down. Nix gonna throw for it. That's gonna be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on 4th and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away.
So the offense found themselves in a little bit of no man's land. They were too far for a field goal attempt, but too close to attempt a punt. So they decided to be aggressive early and go for it on 4th down. But it was the defense that turned them away with a huge stop to start this game.
And now the first carry for Joe Mixon. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stroud. That's caught right side. It's Hopkins. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open and stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
DeAndre Hopkins was the intended target for that one. And that's going to lead to a 4th down. This is going to get out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
Nix, now to throw it here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
A loss of 7 brings up 2nd and 17 at the 7-yard line.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw is Nix. And that ball incomplete over the middle. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it'll be 3rd down.
17.
Throwing is Nix. And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return.
32-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. And open downfield, it's Johnson. And he will go all the way. Andre Johnson. Touchdown, Houston.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. On the handoff, it's Allen. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
So after 1, it's the Texans who have the early lead. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. We begin quarter number 2. The Packers have the football. They've got a 2nd and 8 coming up. On the ground, it's Allen. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Here comes 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here's Nix to throw. That one swung out wide to Allen. And he's going to get there. He got the 1st down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On the handoff, it is Allen. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. They'll try to set up the screen here with Allen. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They get 14 out of the screen, and it's a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining. First half in a 7-0 game. Back with more from Lambeau Field after this. Now Nick's going to look to throw. They go right back to Allen. He's got it again. And he's close to another 1st down. He's brought down just shy of the marker. Now it's 2nd and 1.
At the Texans' 33-yard line.
Back to throw is Nix. A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. It's going to be 3rd. They need 1.
3rd down and 1.
In motion, it's Jackson. And it looks like he's going to have enough. Indeed, the referee does signal. It is a 1st down.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize, how many yards do I need to get for the 1st down? And just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
A pickup of 12 yards. 1st down, Packers.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they come right off into the sunset. But as always, there's the exception to every rule.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Oh, my son.
Throwing. Mix. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but...
Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 6.
I don't hate the decision, Mike. Be aggressive. Come away with a touchdown. But what the quarterback understands in this situation is you just can't hold the ball. You got to get it out of your hand, give your guy a chance to come down with it, and he puts the ball in harm's way and results in a pick.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10.
Here we go. Let's connect.
Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time. He'll keep this one on the ground. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. 3rd and 2. Here we go. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He's got his man complete to Johnson. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. On 2nd down, Stroud. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
3rd and long. Stroud. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Just that one touchdown on the board. 7-0 the score as the 3rd quarter begins. And this ball's going to go out of bounds. Not the way you want to begin the second half. The football will be marked at the 40-yard line.
Here we go. 18.
They'll run out of the gun with Mixon. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
A loss of 2.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
A second down throw for Stroud. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
A tough spot here. Third and long. They try to work the screen with Mixon. That screen goes for 12, and that's a first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
All right. They'll run on first down with Mixon. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation. But now they find themselves in second and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
A gain there of 21. First down for Houston.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Houston.
To throw is Stroud. The coverage right there, and it dropped away. Incomplete. Darnell Savage. Terrific coverage there. Able to get a hand on it.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
Tony.
Stroud back to the air on second down. He's got it at about the 8 to the goal line and in. Touchdown, Texans.
Touchdown, Houston.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. He'll let one go down the middle. And he will score. Touchdown, Packers. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6. Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result? 2 points.
This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Now Stroud. His throw left side is complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
It's a gain of 14
Just
yards.
his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down.
At the 49-yard line.
18. That's it.
On the ground, it's Mixon. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
At the 44-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. On play action, Stroud. And that'll be incomplete on what turns out to be the final play of this third quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. This is Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down.
Here we go. At 18. That's it.
On the ground, it's Mixon as we begin the 4th quarter.
Joe Mixon, the ball carrier. Jalen Ramsey brought him down. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
So now, a big spot coming here. This to make it a 2-possession lead. This one has plenty of leg. And it is good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage.
And you talk about having confidence in your kicker, Mike. I mean, to send him out there to kick from midfield, and what does he do? He repays you with that confidence with a 60-yard field goal. I mean, that was something else.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Knicks now on 1st and 10. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
3rd and 1.
In motion comes Beckham.
Captain.
Knicks from the gun on 3rd down. That's complete. And it is Beckham. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
12 yards.
Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down. They'll drop to throw. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him against the big play.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15. They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Knicks. That's to the end zone, but just too far out in front. That one's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it'll bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, here's Knicks. And he's in. Odell Beckham Jr. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Packers 15.
A one-score game late. You figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick. Oh, the ball's out. And it's recovered by one of his teammates.
All right, so you take your shot, you don't get it. But now your defense has to save the day. You've got all 3 timeouts. You've got to get a stop here, force them to punt the ball back, and give your offense a chance to win the game.
Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. Not much happening there, just a short game. The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, and will take it with just over 90 seconds left on the clock. It is 2nd and 9. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. So now out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal. And he has missed this one. No good. And this lead will stay right where it is.
They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
They'll stick to the ground. And he did not want to go down. Good running. Manages to gain 5.
47-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up
and now the spike will come just under 40 ticks remaining. Important moment here. 3rd down and 4. They put Kelce in motion. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game. Finding yourself down to your final timeout, this is the moment. This is the drive that you have to find a way to extend if you're going to claw yourself back into this game. But the defense comes up with a huge stop, and that will all but end this game.
On 1st down, they'll start with Mixon. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. So it's a win for the visiting Texans. They knew this would be a dogfight away from home, and they were right. But they come away with a hard-fought victory. That'll do it for us, for my partner, Greg Olson, our entire team, Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. For more, check us out on X at EA Sports